The World Economic Forum 2026 Davos meeting is by far my favorite Davos meeting ever because the US administration went in there, gave everybody the middle finger and told them enough is enough. And now all of these liberal losers are actually panicking because every year they go there on our tax money. They live luxuriously for that time. They eat really well. They get schmeck workers, coming to visit them. And there's actual articles, if you look that up, from last year of, how many prostitutes get flown into Davos during that time. Isn't it amazing how our tax money at work? And it's a bunch of liberal cucks basically pretending like they're going to solve all the problems that they created. Except with this year, the Trump administration going in, giving everybody the middle finger and telling them like enough is enough. They're actually starting to panic. And look what's being written on X by the Finnish leader. Finland's president: if we want to preserve the liberal world order, we need to give agency to those countries around the world which feel the current order was built 80 years ago in the image of the West and especially the US, so give more power to the rest of the world. They just want to take the power away from the US. They don't want to give any third world country or anybody else the power. Their thing is to take power away from everybody and basically have them be in charge of all of us, with the UN being the head of the new world government. And so it's really funny that they're actually saying this out loud, not using the word new world, but actually saying liberal global order. And then Julian Assange tweeted this: Carney is a DNC asset. DNC stands for Democratic National Committee, and that's a US-based thing. The Liberal Party and the DNC are joined at the hip. The DNC keeps their money in Canadian banks because it shields their money laundering from US authorities. The amount going on in Canadian banks makes the Somali look like child's play. And he's right. I made a video about that, about how Hillary and Kamala came to, Canada to do a talk, and Canada paid for all of it. And I thought it was really weird. And that video was like 4 years old.
Yes, this is my third video. I'm reacting to this World Economic Forum. There are a lot of things that you have not seen. At some point, I don't know why they must do this every single year. Now they are blaming the Biden administration. When this administration was there, you will not hear things like this at the World Economic Forum. They were in support of everything this administration was doing. And I'm actually impressed that a lot of people are noticing this and they are calling these people out the way it is. Have you noticed that the Trump administration actually changed the narrative about this World Economic Forum this year? A lot of people were interested to actually see what was going on there because they went there and gave them the middle finger all through. That is what I noticed.
You cannot imagine how painful it was each and every day under the Biden administration to look at what new crazy proposal was being put into place to solve a problem that didn't even exist. I mean, our constant friction at Citadel with the government across umpteen different aspects of our business was exhausting. And to have that literally end on one day, Election Day, just gives you so much energy as an entrepreneur to go back and build your damn business. So the biggest sea change I've seen across American executives has been just like the giant sigh of relief. I can now go and focus on building my business. And that prior administration, we happen to be a creditor of Spirit. Their merger with JetBlue was stopped. Spirit's in bankruptcy today. There were so many decisions that were so poorly thought out in terms of economic consequences. It cost the U.S. economy dearly. I cannot emphasize that enough. And so the Trump administration is making slow progress on deregulation thus far, but the end of the regulatory onslaught has been just an extraordinary boom for American business.
Have you noticed they are now turning on Democrats? They are jumping the ship. Look at what he said here. All what the Biden administration did actually caused American debt. At some point, I should see these people as hypocrite, because when the Biden administration was doing all this, they could not call it out. They are silent. They allow them to do what they want. Yeah, creating unnecessary others. We saw it.
So here he is in these weird glasses at the Davos summit, and many people were speculating why. Of course, there's got to be a reason he wouldn't just wear those for his speech. So it was one of those things that's kind of on the nose, but, well, literally on the nose, but that we had no explanation for. And Trump, God love him, because truly any great TV producer, and at heart, that's what Trump is, will mention the elephant in the room, right? I mean, just as a quick aside, when Anna Nicole Smith went to the U.S. Supreme Court and I did my package for Brett Hume's show, special report, I did not mention how stunning and transformed she looked. She had lost like 40 pounds. And he pulled me aside and he's like, you've got to mention that. He's like, that's what everybody's noticing. All the audience is looking at this new, like even more stunning Anna Nicole Smith. You didn't call attention to it. Like, and everyone's thinking it, and like right behind their frontal lobe. And it's your job as the reporter to say the thing. And Trump says the thing. There's a real question about whether Europe is what it used to be and how closely tied we ought to be to Europe. It's not your granddad's Europe. It's just not. I mean, they're turning into an authoritarian group of countries themselves. They are literally arresting people in Germany and the UK for thought crimes, for thinking the wrong thing, and for tweeting the wrong thing. I mean, it's getting genuinely scary over in Europe. And so, like, people say, oh, we shouldn't be aligned with. Those days are over. And if they're not over, we want something for it. And maybe it's a higher whatever, but actually what I'm telling you I want is Greenland. And what I really want is for you to just stay the hell out of it. Stay out of it. We'll stay in NATO. We'll continue paying the bills. You all said you'd raise it to 5%, but you're not, in fact, doing that. It's the United States price tag. We all know that. We're the ones responsible for defense. If Germany gets attacked, if France gets attacked, it's the United States that will swoop in to save them. Everyone knows that.
This is actually a great observation. I was questioning this all through, like, why will Emmanuel Macron put this on? And I was impressed when I realized Megyn Kelly actually reacted to that video, that glasses. Trump actually made fun of him. And I had to laugh all through. It was amazing. When you look at these world leaders, when Trump is not there, they talk too much. They struggle to badmouth him. Immediately when he's there, everybody is giving him standing ovations. They're humble. That is just my clear observations at the World Economic Forum. Trump created recently this, I don't know if it's peace, something like that. I don't know the name. Have you realized some countries decided not to be part? France is one. At some point, I had to question, like, why would they do this? I understand, because they are scared that this might take over the United Nations. If you look at what the United Nations has been doing, I really want to know the peace these people settle. I'm not saying it. A lot of things are going wrong in the world every day. Oh, this, every single day we keep saying different things. You will never see clear result if what Trump is trying to put out here works out. This will be great. The reasons you see some countries can never support this initiative.
So sorry for what is happening in Minneapolis.
Just make it worse.
Bill Maher, you give us so much. But
also wearing a Be Good pin for Renee Good, obviously. And
Just so much nonsense.
I'm pissed off that a queer black woman is up here doing the job of two mediocre.
Power of the law, and that no one stands above it.
I don't see both sides in a dogmatic.
Right?
The Golden Globe for Best Editing goes to the Justice Department.
This is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
Yes, of course, this is for the mother.
Babies are upstairs watching. Y'all better be off them damn phones and watching me.
Them. Thank you, everyone. I'm a little in shock.
There you go.
$1,500.
Let's see if they get the.
Well,
I want to see them get it.
MAGA's going to break up because of Donald Trump's criticism of Robin.
Can sit at either place. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
You and your husband were friends with Robin Michelle Reiner, and
Everybody knew that wasn't true.
A dangerous relative as a likely suspect. A tip that led to her brother Nick. Rob Reiner and Nick had a heated argument the night before at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party, being back on his own. In one interview, she said,
We should have said nothing.
The United States to take this family tragedy in which the president had made no comment.
When people ought to have.
Absolute horror.
Hi, Mel Gibson. I'm in Italy.
There is a quota system. Lasting conversation too.
Yes.
It's like,
If the government is not meeting the needs of its
Seconds of what's in there. And then she lets her guest lie